All right. Hello. Hello again. As things are kind of drawing to a close with the semester and everything, I thought for one of my for among the last videos I'm doing for this, we could maybe go over a little bit more about video and audio splicing, since I kind of covered that a little bit in the last uh more instructional, I'm putting air quotes, video that I did. I'm going to try to do this in a way that anybody can do on any software, even though I'm going to be using transitions from Premiere. Should be able to find similar transitions that do basically the same thing. So here we go. Right here I've got from the post got this sentence, from the post, and then this sentence. It's from the post that I made. You hear that? So I had a mess up sentence from here. The post. It's from the post that I made. And then I have another sentence that I redo here. What I want to do is I want to remove this entirely. And we're going to put this in its place. It's from the post that I made. And it's a little, you see it's a little jerky, so it's not a clean because I moved. So what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of a dissolve. You know, we'll leave that as it is for now. And we're going to add an audio transition. Now, here's how you can make this through any other software. What the constant power does is it basically takes audio from this portion and audio from this portion and kind of squishes them together into here. So you get a little bit of carryover audio from both. What that essentially does is it makes it so you have audio that's a little more similar to one another. That's kind of the point, is you want to make sure that the audio can be at least meshable, right? It's from the post that I. But if you have to be careful because you can hear two voices here because it's actually carrying over the stuff we cut out a second ago. It's from the post that I made. So you can try two things. You can try to shorten this so it takes less audio from both. It's from the post that I made. But that's not going to do it because we cut off right where that sentence started, so that's not going to cut it. So what you can also do, you can move things back a bit. I think about here should be good. Move it back here, and you slide this back, and you do it again. It's from the post that I made. Now, this isn't the best example of this because I don't have any audio in the background. Which is what this is for. Like what I'm doing right now, I don't need this. This is pointless for this clip. Because there is no other background audio besides my voice. That is the only audio in this clip. What the point of this is, and I usually have this down to maybe like 0.12 seconds, half a frame. That usually works really well. The reason why I have it is because if you have, say, music or any background noise, like white noise or a fan or whatever is going on in the background, this audio transition will enable that background audio to mesh a little bit better so that it's not as jarring of a cut. Just like the visuals here from the post that I made. It's from the post that I made. Are a bit more jarring of a cut, right? It's from the post. My head just snaps it's tilted to the left and it just snaps center. And that's the same concept with the audio. So just find an effect that basically does the same thing. It kind of takes the bits of the audio pieces and it kind of meshes them together. You may have to do it kind of by hand yourself. Sorry, can't really do much about that. I haven't practiced in other software as much as I would need to really give great advice. But on the bright side, my main thing that I always say with these videos is experiment is the best way for you to learn anything to do with this stuff. Really is. Practice, experiment, learn for yourself. Because if you find somebody who goes around claiming that they're the expert, odds are they're full of themselves and they're not going to be able to fix their own mistakes. And also, this stuff is constantly updating. So a YouTube video you might find telling you how to do stuff like this, if it's, even 3 years old, Adobe or whatever software you're using very well may have updated past that point. And maybe the effect they're using doesn't exist, or maybe the settings they're using don't exist. So you just got to be able to play with your software and figure things out on your own. And you learn a little bit more that way. It's hard, but it's kind of how it goes with these things. Plus, it's not like there's a setting that just magically fixes everything. It's not like one person's preferred method isn't going to be preferred for other people. So just kind of go with your own. Anyway, to finish this off, I gotta do a dissolve. Let's see what an 8-second dissolve looks like. It's from the post that It's from the post. It's not bad. It's from the post that I made. It's from the post that. It's from the post that I made. It's from the post that I. Now that can be a little distracting. That's the fact that it looks like this. But considering that most people are going to be focused on stuff back here, it's usually not a big deal. Now you might notice in this particular instance, you see these two are not in sync. I don't know why it does that, but it does every single time. You get used to it. You can move them over to, match them up. You don't have to. I don't always do it. It's a hassle. But anyway, you get used to working with this. It's from the post. Looking at it slow, it does look really bad. But if you go faster, it's from the post that I made. It doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't. And sometimes you can get it to the point where it's almost seamless. You can actually spend the time to find the two portions that are like the most similar to each other and try to merge those. But odds are, if you're having a moment where you're talking and you say something, it's like you messed up a sentence, or you're recording a script and you messed up a line and you're splicing it, you're not going to have that kind of footage, especially if you're live streaming. So sometimes you just got to go with the best you've got, and this works super well if your background has not changed much. If the background, say I moved the playhead a bit more, and the video was, a couple minutes further along the line and everything else had changed, then you'd see some more changes everywhere else. So that can get a little trickier, but it's not that bad. The number one thing you need to get used to is just, hey, a little bit of dissolve is not a bad thing. People accept that. It is fine. The main thing you need to worry about is the audio splicing. The video thing, people are fine with that. Trust me, people are used to it. You'll be fine. If people do complain about it, they're really nitpicky. Really nitpicky. So just don't worry about them. Just worry about the audio. If there's one thing that annoys people, it is messed up audio. This is something an issue I have with people that do ASMR. It happens all the time. please watch through your video or audio, listen through your audio before you upload. This is for pretty much everybody. I might do this. You know what? I'm going to make a full video over that next week, maybe. I don't know. But if there's a piece that you messed up and you redo that line, but you leave the messed up part in the video, it's really annoying. It's very distracting. And also, you know, to go along with, make sure you watch through the video and make sure you splice parts you don't need. That works great for ASMR content because you don't need the video portion. So all you gotta do is splice the audio. And for that, there usually isn't a ton of background noise. So just, if there is, just kind of follow this, play around with it, get it to work as best as possible, or start over. If you really don't like how it sounds, you might have to start over. That's just kind of how life goes, I guess. But a little bit of, say you have some background noise that's like a crowd talking, having a little bit of mesh from a splice is infinitely better than you repeating the same line twice in a row. That immediately pulls somebody out of the video. It removes all immersion. This isn't, again, for like ASMR content stuff where they're doing role plays and they're focusing on telling a story, or just any other video that's trying to tell a story. If you have that kind of repeated line that's clearly one of them was a mistake, or that the person felt one of them was a mistake, or maybe the second line was the one that they needed to cut out, who knows, leave that in and you immediately shatter immersion. So please take those parts out and splice them. I beg of you. Was that too much? Is that a TED Talk? Are we gonna call that a TED Talk? Whatever. Anyway, that's basically the gist of splicing and my rant. Have fun editing. Bye-bye.